Hasan Piker is a race grifting, political grifting piece of shit, and his days of spreading rhetoric and hate on Twitch are coming to an end because Twitch CEO has been called to testify in front of a committee on the radicalization of its users, namely due to shit like this, spewed like this, from apps like Hasan Piker.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the f is this? Letting their intestines just ride on stage. Yeah, kill them. Kill those in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. Murder those in the street. Let the streets soak in their red capitalist bloods, dude. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Kill Rick Scott.
I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. That's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like, he's literally, this is his last term. You actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about, someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. Which is, I think that shows that there is a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped potential, untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact.
Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentator Hasan Piker, who has 2.5 million followers on the platform. I like the frankness and the bluntness, Clancy said. He's comfortable saying what he believes.
Someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean.
And it seems the day of reckoning has finally come because, listen, I'm all for free speech, 100%. You can say what you want. You can say hate speech, free speech, love speech. You can say whatever you want, but you cannot threaten violence. You cannot incite violence. That is not free speech. That is an actual crime. That's a crime, ladies and gentlemen. And Hasan, for whatever reason, has been able to sit here with his large audience and rather huge reach on the social media platform Twitch and other platforms, incite violence, which I'm sure has led to the radicalization of a lot of people. Not I'm sure, 100% guarantee that this piece of shit Hasan Piker has radicalized and has caused violence and harm to innocent people. And just because you think someone is a different political ideology than you and has a different belief system doesn't make them an enemy and doesn't make it right for you to do harm to them. You can't go to the people who are the left, who may be trans or gay, or think that Kamala Harris is a strong, powerful black female, even though she's Indian, and then start beating their heads in and call for their death. No. But that seems to be okay from the left, and political pundits on TV, and even politicians themselves are out here calling for death, calling for violence, calling anybody who's on the right a Nazi. And that shit has to stop. And my friends, it seems like this Charlie Kirk assassination and death of Charlie Kirk has actually spurred change, and people aren't taking this shit anymore. So many people are losing their jobs who have been online talking shit and glorifying and celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. And that shit's done because they all got fired. And also, speaking of Twitch, they're done. This stuff is over. Hasan Piker is done. I hope he gets brought up on charges for uttering hate and whatever else they can cook up on this piece of shit, because this guy is an absolute piece of just like, listen, if he actually believed what he was saying, I could give him more credit because at least he stands behind his own ideology. But the guy's like a multi-millionaire, and then at the same time, down with the capitalists. Oh, they got a capitalist pig, make them bleed in the street. But anyways, I'm getting away from the point here I want to get to, and that is now, at the beginning of the video, as I said, Twitch CEO is being called up in front of the committee for the Senate to have to give and explain how he allows this shit on his platform, and maybe we'll be held accountable and all this will get shut down. So let's take a second to look at the actual letter that was sent to Twitch CEO from Congress. Dan Clancy, Chief Executive Officer, Twitch Interactive Incorporated. Dear Mr. Clancy, the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform requests your testimony at a hearing on Wednesday, October 8th, 2025 at 10 a.m. in room HVC 210 of the U.S. Capitol Visitor Center. The hearing will examine radicalization of online forum users, including incidents of open incitement to commit violent, politically motivated acts. 110%. That is happening. That is without doubt. Shit's hitting the fan. Fuck these people. To confirm your appearance at the hearing, please contact the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform staff at 202 blah blah blah. Please provide your written testimony at least 2 business days prior to the hearing. You'll have the opportunity to provide a 5-minute opening statement prior to answering questions posed by members. The Committee on Oversight and Government Reform is the principal oversight committee of the U.S. House of Representatives and has broad authority to investigate any matter at any time under House Rule X. Thank you in advance for your cooperation with this inquiry. Thank Christ, because enough is enough.
The thing we do need to make sure we do, we got to keep attracting younger viewers that, grow up on TikTok, when they're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even though they shouldn't be. Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
Like I said, I don't mind free speech. I don't mind people saying crazy stuff. I don't mind people having a good time. But it is not funny. It is not free speech. It's not a good time when someone sits and preaches and spews bullshit to hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people weekly, hundreds of thousands of people daily to go and kill and spill their guts and spill their blood and get a bunch of idiots fired up. Honestly, the fact that this guy's even able to do that to this extent, I have no idea how this dude hasn't been kicked off Twitch or at least had charges brought up against him, because that is uttering threats. That is inciting violence. That is political violence. That is, in my book, I don't see other how it's more of a clear definition of a fucking crime. So enough is enough. Thank God shit is getting done. And once again, I believe there is a huge change. There has become a cultural shift that is slowly building and building. And things like Charlie Kirk getting assassinated really speeds up this nonsense getting shut down exponentially. So even though it's a horrible tragedy and completely senseless death, at least there is some good coming from this. And I think a political shift and also a cultural shift is obviously happening. Can't even deny that. So anyways, go fuck yourself, Hasan Piker. Twitch is filled with goddamn psychos and run by an absolute idiot, and the day of reckoning is coming for all these bad people. And with that being said, I am the Ghost of Vape. Thank you for watching. Stay black, question authority. And don't want to argue, crack, reptilian shapeshifters, building new bizarre spank, control, 7 levels, as a judge of 7. The Bohemian Grows, also flat moves, fake Al Jones, Bill Hicks, forces the frogs, gay white man. Bring it down.